3, 2, 1.
We're live?
Yes.
Of course we are. Because you like messing with me.
Yes, I
I'm
do.
going to turn the volume down on this thing.
Of course you do.
There we go. Hi, guys. The last live of 2023, and he is messing with me. He's been doing it all morning.
I'll sick my dog on you.
I'll start throwing jingle bells at you.
No.
I'm going to hang them in your beard. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I know there's so much of a rush going on for the holidays. Everybody's trying to get the last minute things done. I thought it would be just fun to spend a little bit of time doing something simple, something last minute, and something really cute just for the holidays. And I settled on doing these Hangin with my Gnomies tags because, one, they're just stinking cute and they're easy to do. You don't need to have a ton of colors. You don't need to have a ton of supplies. You can use what you have on hand, and it just gives us an opportunity to sit and relax before the holiday madness really begins in earnest. So we're going to be painting these great little gnomes today. And I have a couple of things to say. Every single day this week, I have gone to my mailbox and it has been jammed with packages and envelopes. And I'm just a little gobsmacked. And I got very weepy all week because I was so moved and so touched by all of these gifts that people have been sending. It's just remarkable. And I wanted to take a minute to tell you how grateful I am. It was just a wonderful feel-good feeling. I've had it all week. Every single day I've been opening wonderful little packages and gifts. I have a pencil tree in my dining room and it is completely covered with ornaments that have been painted by members of my membership group and people who have been watching the streams and the lives for the last couple of years. And I can't tell you how much it means to me. It is just wonderful. The tree looks beautiful. It's full of sparkly goodness. It's got lots of glitter. It's got lots of shiny stuff on it. And it has just tremendous...
Right in the feels.
Right in the feels. I've been very leaky all week because of it. And I'm leaky again. So I want to take a minute to thank you all. I mean, the list is long. I've tried to post on the group and on my Facebook page.
And Instagram.
Everyone that has sent me things. And I know that I've missed a few. And I'm sorry for that. But I have made a note on the back of every single ornament. If they weren't signed, I put your name on the back so that I would remember when we're putting them away. And then next year when I take them out, I'll remember again. So thank you so much. You've no idea how much you made this old broad's Christmas. It's been wonderful. So thank you. And then
there's Linda.
Hi, Linda. I got
you.
Linda's ornament yesterday. It was just so sweet. I'm leaky. Sorry,
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Cutest thing. He looks like an M&M. I just love him. He's so sweet. He does. He looks like a red M&M. He's adorable. A little round ornament painted for the holidays. He's too cute for words. Some of the ornaments are just extraordinary. Extraordinary. They're beautiful. And the fact that they took the time to paint them for me is just makes me weepy and leak.
Should we...
Yeah, so, I can't do a live without giveaways. So I did something a little special. My pal Veronica Tui at FM Brush at Dynasty sent me a goodie box this week loaded with the new brush sets of the Dynasty Water Lily. And so, well, I got to share the wealth, right? So we have 3 giveaways. Each one of those giveaways has a beautiful set of Dynasty Water Lily brushes in it, as well as a lovely little gift from Tombow USA, which is one of those beautiful mechanical pencils, and a knock eraser. I love those. Those are fabulous. So we have that in there. Plus, we always tuck in a few other things from us. I know there's a stencil in there, and there's a lovely new surface in there. And that one is courtesy of paintingwithdeb.com. So there is some great stuff in it. We have 3 of those to give away. And currently the value is sitting at about $60 a piece.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a nice little giveaway for the holidays.
Got stencils. We got Tombow stuff. We got Dynasty brushes.
Yep. And we always put stuff in too. So that is our giveaway for today. We have 3 of those to give away at the end of it. To get your name on the wheel, all you have to do is just like the stream, join us, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Just hit all the buttons. Your name will go on the wheel, and at the end of the live, we spin it, and 3 of you are going to win one of those giveaways.
I just want to say the first name I put on the wheel.
Of Linda Safranco?
No. Judy Thacker.
Just
It's the first name I put on the wheel.
just to be sure, right?
Yeah.
Because you know she's watching.
She is.
Yeah, she is watching. Yeah.
Saw
You
her
know
name
she's
pop
watching.
up there. I finally got the Facebook feed working again.
Oh, good.
So I got both YouTube and Facebook going here.
Nice.
I don't know what I did. Held my tongue the right way.
There's Debbie Visser and Kathy Barnett, Debbie Roberts, Linda Carlson Park. Hi, Linda. Hope you're having a great holiday. Donna Pultz, Bernice Rowe, Tara Ellis. Tara, my family just ignore me now because I leak at movies, the national anthem, any athlete that wins a medal. Yeah. I leak at the drop of a hat. I am horribly sentimental. My children know it, and they love to make fun of me.
We're not making fun of you. No. We're just teasing you.
You're teasing me. Okay.
We like to punch the feels a little.
Yes, they do it well, but I think they do it.
But they're happy feels.
They're happy feels. The hair is not cooperating today. It has a mind of its own. It looked so nice right after I did it. Now it's just doing whatever the hell it wants. Where did my feed go? Here it is. Goodness gracious. We have oodles of you here today.
Oh, yeah.
That's fabulous. So, I mean, what could possibly be better than spending a little bit of time in a painting studio with a whole bunch of painting friends on the day before Christmas, or the day before Christmas Eve, I should say.
And I get a little break from the dog.
And you get a little break from the dog. Maze
She
is a
is-
lot.
She is a lot.
She's a lot.
I knew that going into it.
Yeah, but she's something else.
Mom and Dad have not realized.
Oh, I think I've realized.
Well, it's the puppy.
It's the puppy, yes.
Dad has never experienced puppyhood.
Yeah, I have.
Puppyhood. Mom has experienced a little bit of puppyhood.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. she's a handful. I got to tell you.
I am going to be posting up a video of the day she got her crate
Yeah.
because she went absolutely ballistic.
She's quite the puppy.
So it's been, she's been spoiled the last couple of weeks. New toys came in, new leashes came in,
New training aids have come in.
new training aids come in, and the big one was the crate.
Yeah.
And worth every penny.
Her crate came in a crate.
Yeah.
It's a beast. It's a beast of a crate. But
it's a crate should be one of those one-time purchases.
yeah.
Never have to buy one again. I'm not a fan of the.
This one's from space, though.
It's bright orange.
It's bright orange. Yeah. There's hunters wish they could get a coat that color.
Puppies are so much work.
Oh.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Well, this puppy has 4 adults, and she wears us out. She's a lot,
It took, what
but
was it,
she's wonderful.
3 hours last night?
Yeah.
We just doing a 3-hour training session in the garage
Yeah.
with a ball
Yeah.
before she finally gave up
And went to sleep.
and went to sleep.
I've never seen an animal fight sleep like she does. It's just, oh my gosh. But you can't help it. She's so happy and she's so lovable and she's.
She wants to love you. She just has to learn
Yeah, not quite
when
so much.
when it's okay to love people.
Yeah, she hopped into bed with me yesterday. Well, hopped is, I think careened into bed with me is probably a better word. And I mean, I didn't need a shower after I was done. She did it for me. She licked me silly. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so cute.
Holy.
Here. Donna Pultz, did we put me on the wheel? Yes, Donna, of course we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this? Crates are important training aid? Yes, absolutely. It's a safe place for them to go. She will learn. I think the
She
cat
was
has used it
upset
more
about
than she.
Gizmo using it.
She was very upset that Gizmo was in it.
Yeah.
But it took a little bit to coax her in there. A lot of treats. It took cat food,
Yeah.
of all things,
of
to
all things.
actually convince her to go inside and realize it's
Yeah.
It's
Perfectly
safe.
safe. Yeah.
What breed is she? She's a Belgian Malinois. Or Belgian sheepdog or Belgian shepherd, whatever you want to call it.
Maligator.
Maligator. Malociraptor.
Yeah, a velociraptor is a good word. She has to taste everything.
Everything needs to go in her mouth.
Everything has to go in her mouth. So I mean, I'm chewed up. My husband is chewed up. Renee's chewed up. The cats are chewed up.
I'm
Everybody's
healed.
chewed up.
I am healed.
Yeah.
I have a couple punctures. I got 2 punctures on my palm.
Yeah.
Couple of I got one that's gonna scar pretty good though.
Yeah. But she doesn't mean she's
No.
not. Her intent is not to harm. She's just a little excitable.
Kathy Krasowski? Am I on the wheel? Yes, of course.
Yep.
Never won in 3 years. Whew.
Oh goodness.
Have you taken a Christmas picture of Maze? If I could get her to stand still.
That's the biggest issue with Maze is getting her to hold still long enough to get a picture.
Yeah. She's like me, ADHD.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Wired for sound.
That
little
breed is
puppy.
high energy. I know.
Yep. She is.
She is.
Suzanne sides. They sound like a kid. They put everything in their mouth. It is like having a
4-legged toddler.
four-legged toddler. Yep. Don't take your eyes off her. God knows what she'll be into. We installed a cat door on the studio this week because the laundry room is off of the studio and the cat's boxes and the necessary is in there. And so we didn't want the dog bothering the cats because she was. So we decided to put a cat door on the bottom of the studio door so that we could keep it closed. The cats love the cat door. No problem. The cats go in and out. We discovered last night that Maze can get through the cat door. We didn't think she could, but she can.
Yeah. She can squeeze herself through.
So, yes. So it was pretty interesting. We were wondering how come the cats came running up the stairs and through the cat door, and then we realized when the dog came through the cat door. So, interesting. Life has been interesting with Maze. So, she's a lot of fun. That's all I can say about that. She's a lot of fun. So we're going to get started on painting these fun little gnomes. I love these guys. They're just quirky enough. I don't paint a lot of gnomes. I just, there's people that do a much better job of them as far as I'm concerned than I do.
Miss Deb.
But they are fun. Yes, Miss Deb she paints awesome gnomes.
You paint the hell out of a gnome.
She does.
I see one. Is that one of hers?
No, that's one of mine.
Oh, where's the
No,
one
her
she-
gnomes are awesome. She does these
Where's her
really
gnome?
quirky gnomes. Love them.
I know you have one of her gnomes.
No,
I just
I
don't-
don't have one of her gnomes.
What?
Nope.
I
I
thought
have
you
all of
did.
her snowies. We couldn't live next door to each other because I would steal all of her snowies.
And she'd steal a bunch of your stuff.
Don't know about
Fair.
that, but yeah,
Yeah, she would.
I love her snowies. So we're going to get started painting these fun little gnomes. They are fun. They are easy to paint. You're going to enjoy them, I promise. And we'll probably have a few laughs. We'll talk about what's for dinner tonight and whatever other fun subjects come up. So if you guys are ready to get started, so am I.
Right now, the subject is people who have not won anything over the last 3 years.
Well, that's one of the reasons we use the wheel.
Yeah. You get a fresh wheel every time we go live.
Yep. So these are the little guys that we're going to paint today. I think these guys are fun. They're simple. There's nothing complex about these guys. They're just painted on a simple little wooden tag. And I used stencils, a variety of stencils to embellish them. You don't need to have exactly the stencils that I used, because you can do whatever you want. Now, the ones that I painted have this holly green background, but I thought it would be fun to show you that you can change the color of that background, make it red, make it blue, make it green, whatever you want to do. You are not married to having to use exactly what I use. So the colors that we're using, it's a very simple color palette. I'm using a country red, a holly green. I did throw in a blue for this one for the background. It's true blue. We're using a slate gray, warm white, of course. And then we're going to use a little bit of asphaltum and some lamp black. So it's not a complex color palette. We are going to have a little bit of fun with some nifty little techniques. So the stencils that I chose for this, for the original, was this. This is a buffalo check, a 1/2-inch buffalo check.
I got a good one for you.
You could use any size, really.
Mary's got a great idea.
What's that?
I just picked up some chalkboard tags from the Dollar Tree. That will work, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that's a great idea. You can use chalk to make it a gift tag.
Exactly. And then they can be reused, or you just used as an ornament.
Yeah.
Now, I used the buffalo check for the background, but that doesn't mean that's what you have to use. It occurred to me that you could easily use this knit stencil to create a fun little background, or even stars or smaller snowflakes if you like. So, but I'm going to use my buffalo check, and I'm on that country red one. And I like to make sure, see, this would be too static because I've got 2 bars that are almost perfectly aligned. So I'm going to move them over a little bit so that it looks more like the pattern is repeating as opposed to just being there. And we're going to use a Dynasty Stencil Pro stencil brush and a little bit of lamp black. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of black and then swirl it both directions to get a nice even load on my stencil brush. And then when I apply it, I do the same thing. Circular fashion, change directions frequently. And this helps you get a more even distribution of color throughout the stencil. And quite honestly, it doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to be distressing this a little bit. But it doesn't need to look like it was badly painted either. So I'm just going to finish this out. And you're going to do this to all 3 tags.
Hey, it's Don Lavelle.
Hi, Don.
Haven't seen that name pop up in a bit. You probably hear all the time. I have a very fast chat feed.
Yeah.
With Facebook and YouTube, it goes by quick. Merry Christmas. I have to work tomorrow and Christmas Day. No rest for the wicked.
I'm glad you said that, not me. Well, I'm going to be spending my day tomorrow baking because I have stuff to do, some stuff I have to get done, and voila. Now, the fun part is if you actually goof like I did and you get this little bit of bleeding in there, that's where your gnome's going, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Perfection is to be avoided at all cost.
Renee, did you receive your goodies yet?
Who's that?
Okay. Karen.
No,
yeah.
It hasn't come yet.
Gasp. I'll send Maze after the postman.
She'll eat him. She's an excitable little lady.
We're avoiding perfection?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Forcing yourself to try and attain an unachievable goal, it just creates more frustration than anything.
Yeah. Soup pots. No rest, maybe, but hopefully a little extra in my paycheck. Yeah, I do get holiday pay. I'm a firm believer if I'm in charge of something, and because I'll be the only one there. The rest of my security team is on holidays.
Yep.
So.
And the rest of his security team has small children and they have families. We're accustomed to altering our plans accordingly.
Yeah.
So
We're a family that is used to not having everyone there for major holidays, and
just happens we're a military family, so
we're used to it.
We're used to it. And you know what? We are also a family of French Canadians, so we also celebrate on Christmas Eve. Renee will be home for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So we will do our usual Christmas Eve things on Christmas Eve. We'll open gifts late at Christmas Eve. Or wait till later Christmas Day. It doesn't matter. He'll be home for Christmas dinner, so it's all good.
Yes, that's right. The burden of leadership. Yep, that's exactly right. The burden of leadership.
It's all good.
Pretty ring? Is that your Disney ring?
No.
No?
No. I got this one.
Kinder Egg.
No. Yeah, that's where it came from. Kinder Egg.
Worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. No, actually, this
Gumball machine?
Pretty close.
Okay.
I was surfing the net one day, and you know how you see those silly little ads pop up, and they're like, oh, get this gorgeous ring for $29.95 type thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, I really like that, but I highly doubt that it's sterling silver, that it's that it's a genuine stone, etc. Because it says, it was originally $129.95 and on for $19.95 plus shipping. So I thought, I really like it. What the hell? If it's just a piece of costume jewelry, it's okay, right? So I ordered it.
It's sterling silver.
It is solid sterling silver, and it has a beautiful stone in it. And it cost me $29.95. And it's a gorgeous ring. I've had it for probably close to 10 years, and it wears beautifully. It's a gorgeous stone. But yeah, that's pretty close to a gumball machine, but yeah, great ring.
You're waiting for the gingerbread man to show up? You're waiting for Bob to let you know that you hit the like button? It might not be... Give me 1 second. I may have accidentally... Global alert delay. Oh, yeah, I get it. Whoops.
So I'm going to dry these real quick just to make sure that paint stays where I put it. I like doing these with a simple background. They're just fun. It's better than just a plain surface. I know black is not really a festive color, but it works really well with this. I dropped that machine the other day. Now it's making a weird noise.
Yeah, YouTube likes is a weird one. It doesn't work with the gingerbread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is taking a little piece of sandpaper, and I'm just wearing the edge of this a little bit, and wear the corners a little bit, just to expose some of the wood at the edges. And again, you can do as much or as little of this as you like. I'm partial to having it look heavily distressed, so I tend to be a little more aggressive with it than some. But I'm of the opinion that if you do it, and you do it as far as you like, and that's it. And I have a fun little bag full of jingle bells, and I have some little white pom-poms too, just to decorate with, should I choose to. I also have a whole bunch of little snowflakes, so if I want to glue some of those on, I can. There we go.
Oh, man, I'm missing a bunch. What's going on here? Holy poop.
Hi, Robin McComb and George New.
What is the sanding disc you're using?
Oh, it's just, this is actually from my mouse. It's just sanding paper, a 220 grit. I was looking for my sanding disc and couldn't find it, so I grabbed the next best thing, which was that little piece of sandpaper.
Jeez.
So I'm going to grab a little bit of asphaltum. We're going to age this a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of asphaltum. There's a face peeking through.
Sony would like to see what the knit stencil looks like.
Oh, I love my knit stencil. Try to find it so that it shows up well. Yeah, I love this pattern. This one is larger. It does look really cute.
There's a mitt shape on it.
A what?
There's a shape of a mitt.
Yes, it did a mitten.
Is it also a cat? A mitten kitten?
No.
No?
No.
No? Oh, well, I tried.
Yeah. So I'm going to use a little bit of asphaltum. I do love asphaltum. And I'm going to use it just by putting a float around the outside edge.
Oh, Jessica's leaving us. Bye, I can't wait to watch the replay. Why is Jessica leaving?
Miss Jazz has a full plate today.
Oh, she got all sorts of peoples. Lots of cooking. And
She's got things to do. A lot of people do.
Things
it's a
to
very
do.
busy day. And some people are traveling today, too.
yeah, that's right, too.
You know, it's the day before Christmas Eve is always so hectic.
How is Airy?
Airy is turning into a little butterball.
And she screams at you if you don't put her food down.
Oh my! Well, screams is not really the word I would use.
Yeah.
She's not very loud.
She still got that soft kitten
She
meow.
has a very tiny meow, and it's more of a squeak than a meow.
How's your weather today?
Gray.
Gray, gloomy.
It's gray. We're really hoping that we don't get any weather to speak of over the next few days because
It is a very brown Christmas.
we still have damage on the roof we're waiting for the emergency repairs to be done. So really don't want any weather.
Yeah, with the holidays going on, we probably won't see it till what, next week?
Oh, next week, hopefully. We're expecting snow next week, so I'm really hoping they get to it before then. Or we'll be up on the roof with a tarp.
We've been getting pretty high winds lately.
Yeah. It's an unnerving sound to be sitting in your living room and listening to your roof flap.
Shingles going from one side of the roof to the other.
Yeah.
What's for Christmas dinner?
I'm doing prime rib.
I was going to say butter chicken.
No, we're having butter chicken tonight.
We're having butter chicken tonight.
Yeah. But no, we're doing prime rib.
Prime rib.
My guys are not big on turkey.
Here's something.
What?
Our registrar at the gallery follows you on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I think you caught her eye with the color theory stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or the history stuff. I don't
Or it
know.
could be the art history stuff.
But
There we go.
Miss Dawn Steves. Hello. if you're watching.
So I've got my background. It looks pretty good. I really like this. So I'm going to decide on a background for this. I like doing the snowflakes last because then I can overlap them if I choose. I like doing them last. However, I do want to put a little movement back there. I'm looking for my polka dot stencil. There it is. I love this little 1/8 polka dot stencil. It's a fun way to add a little texture and a little interest. We're going to use, you can use the knit stencil for the hats. You can use polka dots for the hats. You can use whatever you like for the hats. But I like the idea of using this 1/8 polka dot in the background because it kind of looks like falling snow. And that works for me. Oh, stiff stencil brush. I cleaned them all the other day.
I'll be back.
So we're going to use a little bit of warm white. I'm going to move this camera a bit so you can see what I'm doing. A little bit of warm white. I'm going to load it just like I did the one with the black. Just pick up a little and then swirl it both directions. Whoops. I maladjusted the camera. Except in this particular case, I want this brush to be almost dry. I don't want really strong color in that background. And so we're just going to use it kind of sporadically and imperfect. I don't want fully formed and opaque polka dots. So they're kind of like that. Just very light and almost transparent. Oops. I love polka dots. Polka dots give great movement to things. They also create a little interest in the background, but they don't have to be fully opaque or really bright. And again, your brush should be almost dry. And again, these little dots don't have to be perfect, don't even have to be complete. So we've got our background done. We have asphaltum all the way around the outside edge. Pretty simple. So we're going to start tracing and transferring our little guys on here. This is a simple pattern. You don't need to do a whole lot. It's just this little guy. But he is super cute. Gotta say, he's cute. Even if I do say so myself. Like I said, I don't do a lot of gnomes. They have been very popular in the past. I do think they are cute. You can do such fun things with them. They make for quirky little ornaments. And you can make them as quirky as you like. So that's just the fun part about gnomes. So I just tape my line drawing in place. I'm going to use a little bit of white graphite to transfer these guys on. Now these ones work up really quickly because you can do 20 or 30 of these backgrounds. Just tape them all down and away you go. So I'm going to quickly just trace this little guy with the red with my red pen. I like the red pen for this. Don't forget to trace in all of those little folds and you know, those little characteristics of the hat. So just check. He looks pretty good. These little guys would make great RAKs because they're such a simple, fast and easy little design to do. They don't have a ton of colors, not a ton of techniques, but you can make them so much fun. And I'm going to take the opportunity to show you a couple of fun ways to speed things up, especially if you're doing these for craft sales. I know everybody's been working on craft sales and markets this year. And this little guy works up so quick. And when you're working craft sales, speed is of the essence to create a quality piece, but as quickly as possible. And that's one of the reasons I like this, is because it has a pretty basic background that can be done with stencils. It's not something that has to be elaborate. And the same with the beard. When you see how the beard is done and how the mustaches are done, you'll realize that this one can be a real time saver. Super cute, but a time saver. So there we go. I've got all three of these little guys transferred. I'll put my pin back in its home. I love these little guys. Now, there's a couple of techniques for making the colors nice and bright so that you don't have to do, 5 or 6 coats of some colors. And I do this one with a little bit of warm white on the hat. Just one coat. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be opaque. I know it looks fairly opaque on the screen, but really it isn't. The trick to this is to follow the shape of the hat when you're laying in this color, so that you don't have paint lines going in 10 different directions. So that's how I get that opacity, or what looks like opacity, is following the shape of the hat. Just like so. Painting for craft sales and bazaars and things like that, you need to have a lot of them, of certain items, and you need to have them so that they don't take 15 hours to paint, because your profit margin is in your time. And this way you can spend a little extra time making sure that the details, the quality of the piece is there, without having to spend a ridiculous number of hours on detail. If you can do things using these fun little stamps. Stamps are wonderful ways to embellish and decorate backgrounds. And let's face it, most of it is just background interest. It's not a heavy detail.
Oh, I had to fill them up, didn't I?
So I've got white on my hats. Now, because my hats are red and the red is very transparent, I put a coat of that white down so that I get a nice bright red when I put the top coat on. And that way I don't need to use 3 or 4 or 5 coats of paint to get that coverage. So I'm going to dry this really well.
What is rack? Random acts of kindness.
Linda Carlson Park is watching, and I call her the Queen of Rack.
The Queen of Rack?
The Queen of Rack. That woman produces just insane amounts of fabulous pins, and no matter where she travels, no matter where she's going, she's always giving them out. She is the Queen of RAK. And she makes so many people happy. I don't know how many she produced this year, but it had to be in the hundreds. She's wonderful.
Is this pattern available on your website? Yes, it's absolutely free.
Yes, the pattern is free this week. Little Merry Christmas. So I'm going to base coat the beard with a little bit of gray. Now I'm using a little bit of gray sky. You can use any shade of gray. It will work fine. Dove gray, gray storm, whatever you have. It doesn't have to be the one I'm using. In fact, I'm looking at this thinking, this one might be a little too light, but we'll see.
What size are the tags?
The tags are 2.5 by 4 inches. They are not big.
Debbie says, thank you for the free pattern, Tracy.
You're very welcome. We'll have a fun and relaxing day just painting gnomes. So,
What's the pattern called?
hanging with my gnomies. I got a dirty look from Renee when I told him that this morning.
It's gnome,
Gnomes. Yeah, hanging
just
with
like gingerbread.
Yeah, gingerbread. He's still making fun of me over the cushions.
I remember the day you got the cushions.
Yeah. I thought they were hilarious. I still think they're hilarious.
I remember the look on your face when you realized this. Oh,
This is the woman. I'm the woman that corrects his text messages, corrects the spelling, and then sends them back.
yep.
So yes, for me to get those all 4 cushions with horrible spelling errors, and then they were too funny.
What's a rain dean?
Rain Wayman. What is it? Wayman Comforting or Wayman Delicious? Those cushions are hilarious.
Wayman Delicious.
Yep, Wayman Delicious.
No worm had an eye in it.
Yeah. And no R.
No R.
Yeah. Yeah. Rain Dean. And what was the other one? Oh, all of the Christmas trees. Spoos.
Spruce and
4.
4.
Yeah.
Spruce and 4.
Spruce, pin, and E4. That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is. Anyway. I love them. I just think they're hilarious.
I think the designer just banged his head off the keyboard.
I think they were made in China. Whoever made them didn't speak English. Let's put it that way.
Renee, what happened to Tracy's original painted Bob? Oh, he's here.
Ta-da.
There you go. There's
He doesn't go far. He stays in the little cart right next to me when I'm painting.
Did he run away?
Nope.
No, he's not far. He's never far.
No.
Leftover party at Robin Storm's house.
Why?
I don't know. It sounds like
What did
there's
she
gonna be.
make?
What did you make? What did Robin Storm make? Is it gingerbread?
Is it gingerbread? I posted the link to my holiday booklet, the cooking booklet, on my regular Facebook page. So if anybody wants it, you can just go there to download it.
What was the gray you were using?
I'm using gray sky. You can use whatever gray you have on hand. It isn't that important as long as it's a gray. I think this one might actually be a little too light, but we'll see. So I'm just painting in the moustache. Gnomes are fun to paint.
Love vellum to print my pattern on, but what graphite do you all use to set the pattern on?
I have been using Deckwarts for the longest time. But there's a couple of different brands that are really good. Sorrel is really good.
Yeah, we're going to Robin Storm's house.
Okay, why?
Smoked ham,
Okay.
cheesecake,
Ooh,
and all the fixins.
all the fixins.
All the fixins. Off to Robin Storm's house.
Now, I'm going to, the only bit of flesh that you can see on this little guy is his nose. So I'm going to paint that with cotton candy. I like this. it's not really a flesh tone. I think if I were to call it anything, it'd probably be like a highlight flesh. I do like this color. It is very opaque, so it covers well. And it's a great little flesh tone.
Where do you get chicken at 88 cents a pound?
In the U.S.
Oh. Damn.
It's still cheap even in the U.S.
Was it you got ground chicken for
$2.99.
$2.99 a pound.
Ground extra lean. Chicken.
Yeah. Ground extra deep.
Yeah.
As for the puppy.
Yeah. The puppy gets that.
Not normally.
Yeah. 88 cents a pound is unheard of.
We will smoke our prime rib and ham also. Ooh, smoked prime rib.
I am doing it in butter and rosemary.
That's perfect. Butter and rosemary. That's all you need for a good beef. Good beef, that's all you need. Rosemary, butter, salt and pepper.
Garlic.
Garlic.
Need garlic. So I'm going to dry this.
Whole chickens.
Oh, I love whole chicken in the small jar.
88 cents a pound. For whole chickens.
I got them for 99 here.
Wow. $4.99 for fresh. That one hurt the wallet. I don't know, $5 a chicken. That's still pretty good.
That's what I paid for the last ones I bought. Well, actually, no, I paid about $8 per chicken, but they were also about 8 pounds each, so they were good-sized chickens. Roasters, what we would call roasters.
Publix had their standing rib roast for sale. We filled the freezer for the year.
Yeah.
I would do for standing rib roast.
Yup. There, our little guy has a nose now. So I'm going to do, the little guy with the green background is going to get a red hat. Now, the nice thing is that all of these colors that I've used for the background, the other colors are complementary. So I can use the red on any of them. I can use the red on the red background. I can use the red on the blue. It doesn't matter. They are complementary, so they're all going to work together. So that's not a big deal. So country red on the green one. I'm going to use the holly green on the red one. I'm going to use red on the blue one too. Because I can. It's my party. I can do whatever I want.
Myrnie's got the right idea. The spatchcock chickens.
Oh, I love spatchcock chickens.
They cook so well.
They cook well. They cook quickly. And you can season them really nicely, both sides. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to Robin Storm's place. I gotta make haystacks. Yum. And peanut butter balls. Yum. Get me fat.
I've been trying. It's not working.
Nope. You can't fatten this thing up.
No.
I'm a calorie furnace.
Wait till he turns 40.
Is that what happened to Grampy?
No.
No. I'm pretty sure I got his.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did too. I mean, my father, right up until the day he died, never went over 175. And he could eat, he'd step on his foot and his mouth would open. And seeing as you look like him, you talk like him, you walk like him,
Well, I got a bum knee now, so.
Like him.
Oh.
And you eat like him, so.
I like good food.
Mm-hmm.
I also like bad food.
You like food.
I like food. I am a fat man stuck in a skinny man's body.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Renee, that is not fair.
No, it is not fair.
I
Not
can't
at
skinny
all.
this body up.
There's this thing. Women hit a certain age and it just seems like our body goes, yep, you know what? I'm going to eat that. And your hips go, yep, I'm going to store that. So I'm going to give my little red tagged elf a green hat because I can. Green hat.
Donna says thank you for the free download.
You're very welcome.
He gets a green hat. The others get red hats.
Yep, just because I can.
How come no one's getting a blue hat?
Didn't want to. I like blue, but oh crap.
Sorry. I did that.
Yep.
That was me.
He's evil. He's evil, he's evil, he's evil.
Baking sweet potatoes for my greyhound for Christmas dinner.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah. Sweet potatoes are good for pups. Really good for pups.
I know.
Good for teeth cleaning, fresh breath. Well, ish.
Ish. Fresher breath there.
Tons of natural sugars.
Yep.
And good carbs. Really good carbs.
Well, guess what May's got for Christmas?
Bully sticks.
No, got her a bag of sweet potatoes.
Well, you got her a bag of sweet potatoes, did you? No, it's almost time for her snack, too.
Yep. There's her bowls ready.
By the way, if you are looking to get a Malinois or thinking about getting a Malinois, be prepared. They get hangry.
Yep. Didn't know that.
I've never seen it.
Yep.
I've never had to deal with a hangry Malinois.
Yep.
Because most of the time I didn't have to feed them. And Dot was more of a, I'll eat when I get to it.
Yeah.
And when I feel like it.
Yeah, she wasn't heavily food driven.
No. This thing
Yeah.
gets cranky.
Yep. Where's my food? Yeah, she does. She gets just, it's hilarious actually. She's a really cranky little thing when she's hungry.
And I have to feed her, I think we're on 4 times a day now.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's small portions, but
Yeah.
But-
She gets 4 meals a day. Used to be 5 because she would get really,
unmanageable if she didn't have food.
yeah.
Yeah.
What size brush were you using to coat the warm white?
The warm white I was using, I do believe, number 4 round. So I'm going to dry these real quick and then we're going to start painting.
Ooh.
So-
Sorry.
We're going to start with this little guy here in the middle because he's got a moustache. He's a mustachioed little fellow. And I'm going to look for my rake. There it is. And the one I'm using is a 1/4 inch black gold rake. I like this brush.
Jeez.
And we're going to start with a little bit of warm white. You're going to want to thin out this white paint a little bit with either water or a little bit of glaze. And then you're going to stand, I think the camera can pick this up. Once you get a little bit of paint into that brush, you're going to stand the brush like this. Press down and then force the handle straight up and then wiggle the brush until the bristles open. Like so. It is everything you're not supposed to do with a brush.
I was about to say.
But what it does is it opens up all of those little fine hairs, those little fine bristles on your brush. So now they have some space. Otherwise, you're going to end up with just a square line of lines, and we don't want that. And then you're going to start under that mustache, and you're just going to add little lines like so. Little strokes until all of those little lines come out over the gray. And make sure you get up underneath that mustache. You notice that I'm following the shape of that beard. Those little bits are following that little sweep. I don't want them just straight. So we're going to bring it out past the edge of that gray. I like to make sure it comes past that gray. Just a little bit.
I didn't get to show him my mug. I like my mug.
You like your mug?
Belgian Malinois.
I'm going to bring that a little closer so you can see it.
Yeah.
Out of the light.
I don't have autofocus on.
Oh,
so
okay. So it's not.
it won't focus on it. Give me a second. I can fix this. There you go. Should autofocus now.
So we just want a little of the gray showing through so that we get that texture. Just like that. So he's going to look a little fuzzy. And you want those fine little lines to come past the edge of that gray. Now I'm going to dry that.
Jane Schumann says, thank you for your generosity and wonderful videos. Also loved your ring.
Oh, thank you. I like it.
$29.95.
It didn't come in a bubblegum wrapper, but, you know, pretty close.
It's the Kinder Egg ring.
It's my Kinder. We'll call it that for now. So I'm going to grab a 3/8 angle. I'm using a faux squirrel. It's my favorite. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of asphaltum. I'm going to blend this out really well so that it's nice and thin. I don't want it too strong. And I'm going to float up underneath the mustache with a little bit of that asphaltum. Just like that. It can come down quite a bit. It doesn't have to be a little narrow float. It can come down quite a bit. So don't panic if you get a 1/2 inch float and it comes halfway down the beard. That's okay. So you get that little shadow in there. And we're going to switch to a liner. I'm going to use my 10-aught extra long detail liner. And I'm going to thin out some of that warm white. And then we're going to use that to just stroke in the white for the mustache. Make sure that some of those little finer ends come out over top of that little shadow that we just put in there. And let them extend past that gray.
Mary Doster says, thank you for the free pattern. Happy holidays to you and yours.
Thank you. And the same to you. Hope
Nope,
everybody
Patrick must be taken off.
Edward Hensley isn't with us today. He's off in spending Christmas in Germany.
Whoa!
Yeah. I got a text message from him last night. Sent me a picture of him and his partner and his friends drinking beer.
What else do you do in Germany?
Exactly. They had a nice dinner. So
Look out for Krampus.
Krampus. Oh, that's passed. So.
Oh yeah, that did pass, didn't it?
Yeah. So I like taking those little wispy hairs out past the edge of that shadow. It just enhances that little shading that we did.
I'm gonna try and zoom in here.
Like so.
What?
And you can put on multiple layers. They can... All that does is it really creates a nice little fuzzy look. Now, if you found that your beard has gotten a little heavy, you can come back in with the liner and add a few little bright strokes to the beard just to give it a little more light. And don't forget to, again, come back, go over the edges of that. It just creates a nice soft wispy look to your gnome.
That's as close as I can get to it.
It will do nicely. So you're going to dry this, and then you're going to shade underneath the nose the same way we did underneath the mustache.
Have you been able to visit the shelter and donate all the goodies?
Not yet.
Not yet. We haven't even gone shopping yet.
No. Every chance that we've had, we've ended up having storms, and we had a dilly here the other day.
Yeah.
And actually, the shelter still doesn't have power.
Oh no.
They have been without power since the storm. The staff has been there for 24 hours a day since then because it's winter, and so they've had to make sure that the animals are okay. So it's been a bit, and between the storms and waiting on repair crews and whatnot, we're still waiting. Although we have power, we have Wi-Fi, we have all of that, we're still waiting for emergency repairs done to our roof. So we lost a good chunk of it this week. Makes for an interesting experience.
Yeah.
There's actually a significant portion of the village that is still without power. We were one of the lucky ones. But we got our power back very quickly.
I wanted to do some shopping for the pups on Thursday.
Yeah.
But based on what I saw for traffic-wise,
Yeah.
people are crazy. This
Yeah,
time of year, you don't want to be on the road. You don't want to be anywhere near people.
But we will be taking you with us.
Yes.
We plan on doing a live from there, so we will be taking you with us.
There might be a couple video clips on my Instagram of us buying stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to decorate the hat a little bit. We're going to use that. Now you could use whatever you want. I'm going to use my little polka dot stencil because I happen to think it's pretty stinking cute. And I like polka dots. I gotta find my stencil brush. Why is that wet? There. Okay. There's my stencil brush.
So yeah, we're gonna start 2024 with a bang.
Yep.
Renee, is that the K9 Instagram? Yes, absolutely. Oh, somebody's awake.
Yep. She is.
Barking at Dad.
Yep. Probably angry.
It is 2:00.
Yep. She's probably looking for her snack.
Yep. I'll be back.
So, little polka dots on the hat. I like this little guy. I just think they're so much fun to paint. So we're going to put shading on the right side, this side of the hat. You can do that with a variety of colors. You could use lamp black, you could use soft black, you could use a red. I like using a Prussian blue simply because it's a great color for shading reds. Although I know it's a very dark and intimidating color, but you can take a little bit of your base color and add a little bit of Prussian blue to it. It makes a really deep purple, which is a great shading color for this red. So I'm going to come in behind the mustache with a little float, and then up the right side of the hat with a little float of that red and Prussian blue mixture. I'm going to stop right at the peak of the hat. And then come around to the back side. And then we're going to do the same thing across the bridge of the nose. I love this color for shading reds. And all it is that little touch of the base color added to a little bit of Prussian blue. It just makes a nice rich shading color for reds. And I haven't found a red yet that it doesn't work with. I'm going to grab my mop and I'm going to soften that float a little bit. Now, I like a really nice highlight on this. I'm going to use a tiny bit of warm white. And I'm going to thin it a little bit. I'm going to put a little float of warm white on the front of that hat right there and bring it down to about there, like so. I just want a little bit of white there for highlight because I'm going to use a little bit of neon sizzling pink. If you have the red, use the red. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to use a little bit of my sizzling pink to highlight my hat. I do like neons and I love them on Christmassy stuff because it's nice and bright, makes the colors pop. Just makes things nice and bright. And again, that little bit of white underneath, even though it's very soft, very faint, it just amps up the highlight a little bit. Makes that red or that pink that you put down just a little bit brighter. And of course you could use the orange too. It wouldn't go amiss by any stretch. So we have the nose. We're going to shade the nose with the base color of that hat, which is that same red that we've been using. These little guys are just fun to paint. And I'm going to put a little float on the right side of the nose. It's U-shaped. Take it right to the edge, like so. I'm going to use my mop to diffuse that a little bit. So we got a nice little shadow on that side. And we're going to use a little float of warm white to highlight the nose. Doesn't have to be strong, or doesn't have to be perfect, but we just want a nice little oval float of that warm white to highlight the nose. And then a final highlight on that nose is a tiny stroke of warm white, and it's sort of a little comma stroke, just like that. So we've got a cute little guy. I love the blue. If you like blue for your Christmas, I just think the blue is just a lot of fun on there. And with the red is complementary, so it jumps right off of there. It looks really good. Now the fun part about this is that you can choose any snowflake stencils that you want. We have two on the website. We have this one, which is 54, and the other, which is 42. Both really great. I am kind of partial to this one because it has some really lacy and delicate ones. I use this one quite a bit, especially for larger surfaces. On smaller surfaces, this one really gets me because I like the variety of sizes in this. So I can use a portion of a bigger one, and then I can use the smaller ones just to tuck in. So this one tends to be one of my favorites. So I'm going to use this big one right here. I like to bring things in so that they're incomplete. And a little little bit of warm white. Does not have to be opaque. Does not have to be opaque. So we get a nice little snowflake in the upper corner. And then I'm going to come down here to these ones. Again, doesn't have to be opaque. I like it when snowflakes are kind of transparent. You know, imperfect and not quite there. I just find it makes them so pretty. And then you can tuck the smaller ones in wherever. And they can be opaque, they can be transparent, they don't have to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And how fun is that? And then we get these little itty bitty guys. Make sure you get one that kind of overlaps your gnome a little bit. It just makes things a bit more interesting. And how fun. And let's tuck another little one in here up top. You don't need to have a lot. I think it's more in how you place them, and I tend to like to scatter them around a little bit. So there is our first little gnome. And how fun is he? Now you could add to this. I like finishing things with a little bit of glitter. I think especially holiday things, they need to have glitter. And this is one of my favorite ways to put it on. This is Duraclear Galaxy Varnish. This one is available at Michael's. It's also available at Hobby Lobby, at Dick Blick. If you're in Canada, you can find it at Stockade, at our Michael's stores. It's actually fairly easy to find. It is a really great varnish for finishing things. And then it has this just awesome glitter in it, a variety of shapes and sizes that really makes things sparkle nicely. So this one is probably my all-time favorite. If you don't have this, and it's not in the budget, because let's face it, not everything is, you can use your favorite all-purpose sealer and then just sprinkle it lightly with a little bit of glamour dust. That works beautifully too. One of my favorite glitters is glamour dust because it's nice and fine and it has really great sparkle to it. So any one of those glitters will work fine. So we're going to set this little guy aside. I think he's fun. I love the mustache. Mustachioed fellow. So we've got a little green one here. And I kept looking at him thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe we need something different. I have this, but I think this is a little too big for that tiny little hat. So I dug through my other stencils and I found this. And this is from Renee Mullins. I love this particular stencil set from Renee because these knit patterns are smaller than mine. Mine is quite large. Hers is a little smaller. And you could use that easily for our little fella. I'm going to use just a little bit. I don't want a strong color in here, so I'm just going to do this very lightly so that we get a little bit of knit pattern on our hat. I'm just using a little bit of warm white. It's almost dry. I just don't want to get it all over the place. Not bad. Okay. I have a little bit on the background, but that's all right. I'm going to fix that with an angled shader. I'm just going to go in before it's completely dry, and I'm just going to scrub that little extra off. Look at how cute that is. Like, how cute is that? That little bit of knit in there. Now, I didn't have the green for the hat, so I didn't have a shading color for the hat. However, I'm going to use a little bit of black green. It's great green. So got a little bit of black green. It's going to be my shading color for this little hat. You could use plantation pine. And again, I'm going to go right over the top of the nose, like so. Now this little hat has a rim on this one. So I'm going to put a few little folds in this hat. know where my... See, this hat's got a fold here and another fold there. And a fold for that rim and a fold there. Awesome. So nifty little shadows. Just give this hat a little more texture. And then I'm going to float the right side, nice dark shadow up the right side of the hat. How fun. And a little bit there. And our highlight color for this, again, I'm going to use a little bit of that warm white. I'm going to thin it out because you don't want this full strength. Now, opposite the shading, we're going to put a little float of warm white, like so. And the purpose behind this, again, is to give that little bit of the green that we're going to use on this hat something to stand on, and it needs it. So a little bit of warm white. It is thinned so that it has something to reflect through. So got our warm white in there. I'm going to grab a little bit of neon green just to amp up this hat a little bit. I love neons for highlighting. One, they make for really nice bright highlights, and two, they're just fun. They add a little bit of quirkiness and fun to pieces. So I better dry that first. We're going to dry that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that neon green and float right over that highlight we put on with the warm white. And look what that does. We get that nice zingy, bright highlight. It's awesome. Gives us a nice bright elf hat. And it's an elf. He should have a bright hat. Love it. To find my paper towel. There it is. Now, I've been playing, I've got a new pattern coming up. My members are painting this coming week. Our first Tuesday night live, we're going to be painting these little guys, which are just these little snowflakes. But if you wanted to see that galaxy varnish, it's a wonderful, almost a holographic type glitter. It just has wonderful sparkle. And the nice part is it doesn't shed. So it goes on with your varnish. It looks absolutely marvelous. And it has that great shimmer and that great sparkle, and the bonus of it actually sealing and vernishing your piece. So we're having a little bit of fun with that this week. So we're going to come back to our rake. We're going to add some warm white to our beard. I like this little guy. He does not have a mustache. So this beard is a little easier because we don't have too many layers to worry about. So it's just flicking this color in and onto the beard. And getting all of those layers in so that we get that wispiness off the edge of his beard. But the fun part is he does not have to be perfect. The snowmen are just, they're so much fun. We have the surface on the website. The pattern will be up shortly. My membership group is going to be doing them on a Tuesday night live, so. And we have I have a few things coming up, so just some fun stuff. I've been trying to think of really fun things to do. And it's endless. I could paint until the cows come home. So nice wispy beard. It doesn't all have to go in one direction. We do want all those nifty wispies though. I like the wispies. So he's got a nice fuzzy beard. I like the fuzzies. I think that these little guys should have that sort of quirky beard. It should not be utterly perfect. And it just makes them cute. So he's got a nice little beard on. I'm going to dry this. The little breadboards they're so fun. These little sets. There's a set of 3 on the website of the little breadboards. And then I use the little set of snowflakes. But here's the little snowmen on the breadboards. They're just fun. They were so much fun. They have a little mixed media background. Used some stamps and some stencils back there. A little stencil to do the hats. They're just super cute and super easy.
Sorry, I'm back.
So yeah. So if you're looking for them, they're the mini breadboard set. And there's 2 sets. There's one that's just the breadboards. And then there's one set that has the little gingerbread, a snowflake, and a star. And we have a pattern coming for that too. Sherry, my creative ideas keep me up at night. So careful what you wish for. Making sure everybody's on the wheel.
Yes, ma'am.
We're getting there. Only got one more gnome to paint.
Why did the... Oh. Why it was on the screen? Oh, right. I didn't reset it after 12 days of Christmas.
Okay. So I'm going to stencil on some snowflakes. And the fun part of this is that we can use whatever we want when it comes to snowflakes.
Will the pattern for the breadboard snowman be available for everyone or just your group?
Oh, it'll be available on the website for everyone.
Yeah.
The group is actually doing a live class on Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night.
Tuesday night?
Not the one coming, the one after.
Oh, right, because holidays.
Holidays.
So the 2nd of January.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
I have to look at the calendar because off the top of my head, I can't remember.
It would be the 2nd of January.
Is it the 2nd? Okay.
Yeah.
Could be the 6th. No, it's after the 6th.
And the 6th would be a Friday.
I said after the 6th.
So that would be the 9th.
Yeah, there's no live until the 6th. After then. So, there we go. I've got some fun little snowflakes in here. I'm going to put one more in down here. These little guys work up so quick. I better finish the nose. I just realized I didn't do the nose. But I have to fix the nose. The nose went wonky. So I'm going to fix the nose. The nose went a little south here. Noses shouldn't have corners. At least not these noses. There we go. So now we're back to an oval nose. So I'm going to dry this real quick. And I'm going to again use that same red that I used in the background to shade the nose. I'm going to thin it out quite a bit. And nice little oval shaped float on the right hand side of the nose. Oops. Knocking everything over.
We got some bah humbug in the chat.
Oh no.
Yeah. No Tracy till the 6th. Bah humbug.
Oh, but we're going to have some fun stuff for you when we come back.
Start the new year off with a bang.
Yeah. We are going to have a lot of fun. I got all kinds of fun stuff planned for the next year.
Oh, people are starting to travel.
Are they?
Yeah, starting their traveling. Is there a membership live next Wednesday, the 27th?
Yes.
Yes.
Our live class. Yep.
The live class is still a go.
Yep. So there is our little green-hatted guy. Now I've got one more little red-hatted guy to do.
I still think one should have a blue hat.
Do you think so?
It just seems, you do it a red-green background, and you do 2 red hats.
Yeah, I suppose.
It just makes sense to me. But
Okay, fine. Just so you know, guys, there's always a way to change your mind when it comes to a base coat. Remember, I put white down for the red over the green because green actually neutralizes red. So it's a good idea to put something between green and red. And if you want to change the color of the red hat to blue, just put a coat of white. Make sure you cover all the red. And I just realized this nose, I covered a portion of his nose. So I'm going to fix that too while I'm at it.
I placed an order on the 12th or 13th, and it does not show as shipped on my account. Just wondering if it has left yet.
We have been shipping. I mean, there have been significant delays everywhere because of the storms.
Yeah.
So, and not just for stuff outgoing, but stuff incoming. We're waiting for boxes. We're waiting for supplies. We're waiting for everything. Storms have kind of slowed everything down. We are still shipping, preparing to ship. So,
if you can't find the video on Facebook, the YouTube channel has all of them.
Yep.
From the last 3 years?
Yep.
3 years?
Click on the live in the upper menu. On the live button where it says lives. And you'll find them all.
Every live we've done.
So, as per Renee's request.
Yay, blue hat. You get the blue hat.
Yeah. So this is white and dry. So I'm going to put a coat of, what blue did I use? True blue.
True blue. It just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm gay. It's a color.
Did the challenge win pieces go out also?
For last month, yes, they've been gone ages ago.
Yeah. What is it, 2.5 inch by
Yeah,
4?
it's 2.5 by 4 inches.
2.5
We
by
have
4.
them on the website.
Yep.
So there's our little blue hat.
Cat McDonald will be going through withdrawals before January 6th.
Don't worry, I've got stuff prepared.
She would never leave you high and dry like that.
No. So that's nice and dry. I'm usually telling my students you really don't need to have a fully opaque base coat a lot of the time. There are certain colors that just don't cover well. But even those, like this blue, is not a perfect base coat. If you look at it, you can still see it's patchy and whatnot. I'm going to show you why it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. So we're going to stencil this. I'm going to use polka dots on this little guy.
You gonna give him a polka dot helmet?
Yeah. Helmet? A polka dot hat, yes.
Cool.
So, I'm going to give him some nice polka dots. Make sure I've got color. polka dot hat. The other thing is that there's polka dots in the background, so if I get polka dots on the background while I'm putting the hat, it's okay.
Not a big deal. They're now snowflakes.
They're now snowflakes. Exactly. Now I'm going to shade this hat. He's got a brim on his hat. So I'm going to shade it with a little bit of Prussian blue. And up the right side of the hat. Prussian blue is just such a great shading color because it'll make blues deep and dark without really burying them. It doesn't flatten color out, which is so nice. So I'm going to add a shadow to this little fold here, and then a shadow right across the bridge of the nose, because it needs that depth. And guess what?
I don't know. Are you doing the members chat on the Tuesday, Boxing Day?
No.
No? Okay. So we'll be doing the live class on Wednesday.
Yeah. I think Boxing Day is going to be a little crazy around here. We still have power trucks. The Algonquin Hotel in St. Andrews by the Sea, which is 2 hours from me. Their parking lot yesterday was full of hydro vehicles.
Yep.
That's where they're housing them all.
Yep.
So it's been brutal, which didn't seem like a whole lot when they were talking about the storm, but it actually ended up being a very bad storm. And as I said, we got off very lucky. We have damage to the roof. We lost a portion of our roof. But we have power back. We have heat. We have food. We have everything we need.
That must be a Canadian thing.
What's that?
Boxing Day.
It is.
Yeah.
Canadian and British.
Canadian and British.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people saying, what is Boxing Day? And I'm going, huh? Then I'm thinking...
Boxing Day traditionally is a role reversal, essentially. Yeah. The great houses of England, their staff, their servants, etc., would literally be the lords of the manor for the day.
Yep.
And in the military, it would be the opposite. The enlisted men would be the leaders for the day, and were weighted on accordingly. So Boxing Day is a big deal here. It's another holiday, basically.
Yeah. Especially in the military, it's very much still a lively tradition where the youngest enlisted member would become the CO or commanding officer of a battalion or regiment or what have you. And they would literally trade spots for the day.
Yep.
Where the youngest private would now be the commanding officer, and the commanding officer would be the youngest private.
And essentially it was all of the perks that went along with it came with it. So, the enlisted men would be served at meal times by the officers, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm doing exactly the same thing I did with the other two hats. I just put a float of white on the highlight side. It's heavily thinned. It's not a fully opaque float. I just need a little bit to interfere because I'm going to use a little bit of neon blue. Not my favorite blue, neon blue, but it actually highlights quite nicely. There we go. So we have a nice little highlight. I'm going to dry that. I have to fix his nose. His nose somehow got wonky in all of this. So I fix his nose. And I just realized I didn't shade under this one. Having too much fun.
I was told when I came here that it was a day to return stuff that didn't fit. Xmas, hence Boxing Day. Your coffee looks yummy.
Yes, it does. I don't often drink coffee. Every once in a while I have one, and today I indulged. And tomorrow I will indulge again, but I'll have it with Bailey's.
Rub it in. I have to be at work. Not allowed to consume alcohol at work. Me. Rules. Is there a dog trying to come through the cat door?
She's peeking through the cat door. She's on the leash. But Dad. Poor Papa Dog. So again, I'm going to stroke in this beard using a little bit of thinned warm white and this rake. This little guy, we've got to actually finish this one out because I forgot to shade under the nose and I haven't added the brighter highlights to it yet. So, see, just got gabbing and forgot.
I thought Boxing Day would be the day after Christmas when everyone was going for the day after sales. That is a modern Boxing Day thing.
Yeah, but no. Boxing Day is still a big deal here.
Yeah. There's still lots of big sales and stuff, but traditionally, you're going to see a lot of it in the military, and I think some British households still do it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's basically a day of appreciation.
Yep.
I got a long list of Christmas stories from both World War I and World War II.
Yep.
And some of them are very interesting. Some of them are very dark and disturbing.
Yeah. Well, one of my mother's brothers, I think it was Harold. Could have been Wally, but I think it was Harold. He actually was wounded on Christmas Day in Holland because he got separated from his unit, and he got shot by a local farmer because he stole a bicycle to try to get back to his unit, and so he got shot in the tuchus.
Boxing Day is similar to Memorial Day here in the States. A little bit more festive.
Yeah, a little less maudlin. So I'm going to dry this. I like the little nose on these guys.
That's a good question there, Mum.
What's that?
So if the family household didn't have servants, did the husbands take over and serve the wives for the day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
That's essentially what happened. It was a role reversal for the households.
Yep.
It was a day of appreciation.
Yep. This little guy's so fun. So I'm going to dry that nose. This guy looks like he's, been into the eggnog.
I like him already.
He's like, little red-nosed fella. He's just, been into the eggnog.
No whining about working on holidays, nurse. Nurses have to work too many. Drink water. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Police officers, military members,
Firefighters. Yeah.
all of them.
First responders of all sorts.
Yeah. That's why I do not complain.
Yep.
I have come close to having to be deployed close to Christmas.
Yep.
And there was chances where I could have not been in the same country during Christmas.
Yep.
I was lucky.
I've had my husband deploy on Christmas.
Yes, Dad's been deployed on Christmas.
Yeah. Remember one year he actually deployed on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah. So I'm using a little bit of thin dash Faltum to shade under the nose. And up underneath the hat. Don't forget the hat. Gonna get under there.
Don't forget Denny's.
Denny's.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Denny's waitresses and cooks
Yep.
deserve a shout out because they work every day,
Yep.
regardless of the holiday.
Yep.
And they're there to feed truckers.
Yep. They keep the country going.
They keep the country going. They keep food moving into the guts of the people who move food.
Yep.
Everybody has a role to play.
Yep. So I've got a little bit of shading underneath that schnoz. Because let's face it, that's a schnoz.
That's a honker.
Yep. So I'm going to take my liner and a little bit of thinned warm white. We're going to add a few little highlights to this beard because we want it to stay nice and bright.
What brush are you using for the beard?
The beard I'm using, it is it's a 1/4 inch rake. It's a black gold rake.
I know, she keeps getting away from the camera.
I'm sorry. It's zoomed in.
I know.
Yeah.
So you and Renee deserve a real day of appreciation for all you do for us. Oh. We like doing this.
We love doing this.
This is fun.
Not to mention the fact that I have an entire Christmas tree decorated with appreciation. So I am thrilled. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled.
We spent Thanksgiving at Denny's.
Why not? Food there's pretty good.
Hey, Winnipeg has actually got a Denny's just outside of the city, and it's a truck stop.
Yep.
Many a times I have woken up in random hotels, usually after weddings, and that's where I'd have breakfast.
Yep. Denny's.
Denny's. I say random hotels, but they're not random.
Yeah.
Just everybody gets married near the golf course.
Yep. So they stay at the Delta.
No, Super 8.
Oh.
It's not the Delta anymore.
Okay. Super 8?
It's a much nicer Super 8.
Okay. It would have to be.
Yeah. It's the one in Hangin there.
Oh, okay. That is a nice one,
Yeah.
actually. So I'm just putting a few little extra highlights on this beard with some thin warm white. You could do it with a little bit of titanium white too. It would be a little bit brighter. And we're going to add some snowflakes to this little blue hatted guy because that's what Renee wanted. Was a blue hat.
Yeah.
So snowflakes. Where's my snowflake stencil? Here it is. Love this one. This one is one of my faves.
I did, Linda. I did. And I appreciate it.
What's that?
She says, hey, Renee, did you notice that the glitter on my ornament does not come off?
Yep.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah, the little beard thing didn't exactly endear him to glitter.
No.
We thought it might, but no.
No.
Not so much.
It's along the same lines as throwing your kid into the pool and telling him swim.
I never did that.
No. You can do it. Fight for your life.
Yeah, no. I do not believe in that at all. Throw a kid in the water, they'll swim. No.
They'll figure it out. And in actuality, it's proven through science that the younger the child,
Agreed.
they do instinctively learn to swim.
Yeah.
And the fact that
But
makes
there's
me
no need to
wonder.
traumatize a child to do that.
But it makes me wonder, how did they figure that out?
Hello? Yeah, I know they float around in amniotic fluid for 9 months, but that doesn't mean they can swim.
Yeah.
It also doesn't mean that they can breathe water.
No. But the fact that it's scientifically proven, instinctually, babies will swim.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 3 little gnomes. They have whiskers, they have mustaches, they have snowflakes. I'm going to dry these really well, and then we're going to do one last finishing thing to these. Well, not one last, 2 last finishing things to these.
See, that just makes sense.
What's
A
that?
red hat, green hat, blue hat, and the backgrounds to go with it. Just,
OCD much? Hi, Patty.
are you still finding glitter everywhere? There's always glitter.
There's always glitter at the studio.
It's like a minefield.
Donna, my husband was a firefighter too. He worked every other Christmas. We had either very early ones or very late ones. Yeah, we're used to that too.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I like to do with these, I like to spatter them because I'm a spatter girl. I like my spatter. And it just sort of adds to the snowy look of these.
I got Sheila Landry on my side.
Hey, Sheila. Yep, she's good.
Yeah, my OCD was also kicking in. Thanks, Renee. You're welcome.
There we go. A little bit of spatter. And then I'm going to dry these guys real quick. Now, the fun part about doing this kind of thing, you can use these as a gift tag. Just paint the back with black, and then you can use either your Posca pens or gel pens, whatnot, to add whatever you want to the back of them. I like finishing my edges. It's a thing for me. I don't like unfinished edges, and these things always sort of have that, a little bit of every color on the edge. I take a gold paint pen or a silver paint pen, and I go all the way around the outside edge. This gives them a nice finish. And if you want a little bit of gold on the front, you just tilt the pen a little bit, and it gives a nice little gold bead along the front portion of it. And it's a fast way to finish up ornaments. So if you have got hundreds of ornaments to finish for craft sales and whatnot, this is just a really easy way to get a really nice professional look on your ornament. Just like so. And then again, if you want that little border, just tilt the pen towards the front.
Boom. Sheila Landry. I don't like to contradict Tracy on her own live, but I let Renee do that.
It's all good. Gives me an opportunity to show you how easy it is to change things halfway through. You don't have to panic over it. It's easy to fix things. Just don't panic. So we've got a nice gold trim on our ornaments. And I'm going to dry that real quick. And then I'm going to do a little bit of detailing because I love me some detailing. Now I have some little white pom-poms.
Is that an oil or acrylic marker?
This one actually is a water-based. It dries very quick and it's virtually odorless. So you can use these little tiny pom-poms to add a great little detail to things. The other thing I like for this is these. I love these little jingle bells.
Do not throw those at me.
I don't know what you're worried about. I can't hit the floor with my hat. So you can use a glue gun, or you can use a gel glue like this one. This is a little bit of tacky glue. And like I said, you can use a little bit of glue if you can get it out of the bottle. There we go. I got a little dab of glue on the tip of the hat because I can. As I said, it's my party. I can do whatever I want.
I could cry if I want to.
I'm going to use a little pom-pom because I got a funny feeling that bell is not going to stay there. Well, it will if I use a glue gun, but I'm going to use little pom-poms.
Drill a hole and put a little wire through it.
I could do that, but a glue gun would be faster and easier. So little pom-pom on the top of each little hat, or you could use the jingle bell. And then for a hanger, I like using this. This is baker's twine.
Looks like candy cane.
It does, doesn't it? It's very festive. Need about 8 to 10 inches is, I usually look at the length of the ornament and then add 2 inches. So, and this is my favorite way of doing this. I do a little slip knot at the top, about 1 inch from the end, like so. So that I have about 1 inch. And then you can take a little time to fray this. Just by unspooling it and then brush it out so it gets a little fuzzy. I like the look that it creates. It's just a little fun bit. And then to mount the ornament, it's simple. It's just a little slip. I like to come from the back, slip through, and then bring the little tassel part right through, and they're ready to hang.
A boom.
A boom. And then you can do that for each of the ornaments. And as I said, if you want them for a gift tag, just paint the back. I like to paint them in black and then use a white paint pen or a gel pen on the back. But you can paint them whatever color you like.
The gnomes have a nose like the actor who used to do the ads for McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yeah, he had a schnoz. McGruff the Crime Dog. Oh my God. Blast from the past there. Oof.
Was that 70s, 60s?
Yeah. Thereabouts.
I'm the Captain Planet generation.
Yeah. McGruff the Crime Dog. That I'm thinking it was probably late 60s, early 70s. I don't know, this beak just reminded me of Steve. Oh, what was his name? Carl Madden. Carl Madden. Streets of San Francisco. He had a beak.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Big nose. So, there we go. You're ready to hang your gnomies.
That could be taken out of
It
context.
could, yep. I know that some people would rather hang the gnomies because they don't like them, but I happen to think these guys are pretty cute. And they're fun to do. It's an easy project to bang out just sitting around playing in paint.
Oh, let's get the wheel.
We'll get the wheel going. We got some great giveaways today.
Whew. Look at that wheel.
Carl Malden. Thank you, Debbie. Couldn't remember the name. I kept wanting to say Madden, but it's Carl Malden. Yeah. I used to love that show.
There we go. Where'd he go? There we go. Ready to spin?
Go ahead.
You gonna give your little spiel?
Yep. So we have 3 amazing sets. Let me show you some. Oh, goodness. What did you do to fall off my chair?
Don't do that.
So the other day, you may have noticed I got a bunch of Happy Mail from Dynasty. And in it were some beautiful brush sets from Dynasty Water Lily. These are watercolor brushes. I actually use them for my acrylics. They're beautiful brushes. We have 3 sets to give away today. Plus, we have the Tombow mechanical pencil and the Tombow Knock Eraser. Those are my 2 favorite products that they make. I absolutely love them. So there's one of those in there as well as a bunch of other stuff. We have a great little surface, a brand new surface from paintingwithdeb.com. It's in there. Plus there's a stencil and a few other little goodies from us. So all told, probably worth in the neighborhood of about $60 to $65 US. So we got a really great giveaway. We have 3 of them. So make sure to get your name on that wheel. You've got to hit all the buttons.
All the
hit
buttons.
All the buttons.
Like,
hit the follow
subscribe,
button on
follow.
the Tracy Moreau Live page. Send us a like or hit this big red subscribe button on our YouTube channel. That gets your name on the list. And I think Renee is ready to hit spin.
We're spinning. Gotta get the first name. Earn up to $600. Oh, TD.
What's that?
Oh my god. That's it. Give me a second.
Every part of my body is crossed. I would too if I could move.
There we go. Now they can see the name.
I can't.
I know. That was my bad.
Sharon Cheryl. Right on. So Sharon, go to my website at tracymoreau.net and click on the little speech bubble on the home page. It's in the lower right-hand corner. And send us a message with your shipping information. And we will get it out to you as soon as possible.
Sharon Cheryl. Yeah. Crash bang boom. All right, let's spin again. Come on, Judy. Rory Morgan.
Nice. These are names I haven't seen before.
Awesome.
Rory Morgan. So, as I said, go to my website at tracymoreau.net. Click on the little speech bubble in the lower right-hand corner of the homepage and send us your shipping information so we can get your goodies out to you as soon as possible.
Okay. And we got one more. Come on, Judy Thacker.
You know if it hits, there's going to be uproar.
Oh, it's going to be ridiculous.
How many names do we have on the wheel today?
222.
Nice.
And Donna Pultz.
Right on. Donna.
Wasn't she one that was saying that she's never won before?
I think so. Congratulations.
There you go. Good things come to those who wait.
They do. Sooner or later.
Or
Heidi Allison. Yay, Donna. Awesome.
boom. That's our 3 winners.
Awesome. So before Renee and I pack it in, I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and have a great and happy New Year. We will see you after the 6th, first Saturday after the 6th. I'm taking a little bit of time off. I want to play with my colored pencils a little bit and spend some time with my family. And just like the rest of you, thank you so much for all of your support in the past year and in the past 3 years. You guys have been amazing. We love putting these things together. And if you ever have ideas for projects, or if you have subject matter or techniques you'd like to learn, don't hesitate to send us a message. We're more than happy to take them. It gives us lots of ideas for the future. I have plenty planned for you in 2024. And I look forward to seeing you all every Saturday right here at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, on Tracy Moreau Live, and on my YouTube channel at Tracy Moreau Design. So thank you so much for everything you've done for us and with us for the last year. And we're looking forward to more for the next. So everybody stay safe. Mwah. We love you.
Don't drink and drive. And pet your dog.
There it is. Take care, guys. Merry Christmas.